What's up, guys? This is OJ Light, and we're gonna do something a little funner today. So yesterday's stream, I kind of was talking about the exercises I do a little bit. And I thought this would be I've always wanted to see a video like this. I'm sure they're out there, but we're gonna kind of go through body mechanics and how they help me select the workouts that I choose. Okay, guys? So, let's take a look here. We got my little dude here. This is my little stick figure. Alright, let's put you a little bit over here, just so it's okay. Cool. Alright, guys, so let's get into this. So, I want to talk about the body tonight. I want to talk about how to move your body, basically. So let's kind of work into it. So I use to understand this. I follow Dr. Mike. He had a video a few months ago about talking about which muscles you should work out will, right? So he went number one, shoulders. You want big fucking shoulders. 2, upper arms. 3, chest. 4, back. 5, traps and forearms. And 6, legs. Okay, and a good program will work all these out. But if you had your choice of how people would rate you, you'd want them to say, oh, your best feature is your shoulders, then your upper arm, then your chest, then your back, then your traps and forearms, then your legs, if you're a guy. I imagine if you're a woman, you just take this one and you move it to the top and everything goes down one peg. Alright? So that's kind of the overview, the formula, the sacred guide, if you will, that I follow. So shoulders, upper arms, chest, back, traps and forward arms and legs. So when I look at myself, when I take a look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, and I listen to compliments of people, this is what I'm looking for. Okay, this is kind of the what do they notice me. Now, if I was to rate myself right now, how would I rate myself? I would say 1 is arms, 2 is shoulders, so we're close. 3 is legs. 4 is traps. I'm gonna say, so I go back and forth. So I'm gonna say chest is 5 and 6 is back, namely lats. What I'm talking about. So that is how I would rate myself. My best features are my arm, then my shoulder, then my legs, then my traps, then my chest, then my lower back, like my mid back. I'm gonna call this like the lat part of the back. That's what I would say is my strong suit if I was to put it in that order. Okay? So now when I first started working out, I really wish I had found a video like this. I think this video, I'm sure they exist, but this video it's not as common as people think it is, because if it was, I would have found a lot more of them. Okay, so here is the problem. When we lift weights, what are we actually doing? A lot of people are like, well, we're putting stress on the muscle, okay? But what does the muscle do? Okay, that's really what you got to think about. And this is how I like it. The muscle, your muscles, move joints. Okay? That's it. That's what they do. Your muscles move joints. If you understand that, you can tell if you're doing an exercise wrong or not. And I'll kind of give some examples of what that means. So, muscles move joints. And as you can see, a little stick figure. We got not a very good stick figure, but we got joints. We got joints. Joints. We got it. What's up, John? How's it going? So if I go off cameras, because it's the way the computer screen is, I gotta move to see. We're talking about, John, I think this is a thing I've always wanted to do. Like, how does exercise work in the sense of like biomechanics, right? Not like you know, you lift iron and you get bigger. That's obvious. But like, what do you actually like? So basically, what I said is, when you work out, you're putting stress on your muscles, right? Big weights put stress on your muscles. But what do your muscles actually do biomechanically? Muscles move joints. That's what they do. And we got my little stick figure here, kind of showing all the joints. We got the ankle, knee. Actually, this is terrible. It should be a hip, elbow, wrist, shoulder, arm socket. So we're going to discuss what the muscles do, because I think you'll hear this a lot. You'll be like, do I have good form? People like, sometimes I hear the term mind-muscle connection. Really, I think a better term is, are you moving the right joint for the exercise? That's probably a way better way to look at it. So that's kind of what I want to talk about. So we're going to kind of talk about the shoulder first. My shoulder right there on my little stick figure. Alright, so the shoulder is made up of 3 heads. Okay? Kind of looks like a basketball. Like, you know how a basketball has like the divides? That's kind of what your shoulder looks like. Okay? And basically all the shoulder does is it moves the arm around, right? Moves the arm around. That's it. It's the joint. So, example, if I like, you know, do a curl, moving my elbow, it does nothing for the shoulder, right? Nothing for the shoulder. That's what I mean. Just put no stress on the shoulder. So, I said there's basically 3 heads. You got your front, you got your side, and you got your rear delt. Okay, 1, 2, 3, like a basketball. Okay, the front makes it so you can raise your arm up and down. Your side delt makes it so you can do this, and your rear delt makes it so that you can move your arm like that. If that makes sense. So up, front delt, side delt, and then the rear delt is so that you can move your arm like that. That's what it does. So when you do an exercise and you want to target the front delt, you need something that makes your arm go up and down, right? You want to target the side delt, you need an exercise that makes your arm do this, okay? Same with the rear delt. And the reason I bring this up is sometimes, I see some really fucking weird. Like I see some people doing like an exercise like this. I don't even know what the fuck that does, to be honest. I've seen that. So I'm gonna just give you what I do for each one. So generally, guys, when people say they want big shoulders, they're talking about the side delt. They're 100% talking about the side delt. Front delt is usually the biggest because it's used when you chest press too. Right? It helps the chest. So it's usually the biggest. Side delt, and then rear delt, you can kind of see in the back. So for front delt though, I do, you know, I'm going to draw my little stick figures here. And that's a bar, right? And then, you know, fucking hilarious, right? Like overhead press, right? When you get the bar and you're doing this, hits the front delt. I actually do this seated because I have scoliosis, so it's hard for me to do. This is the only exercise I gotta do seated, but that's basically front delt. That will get you phenomenal front delt. So that's one. That's your front. Side delt is easy. It's, you know, this, and I do 2 variations. I do I lean against the chest press and I go like this, and then I have one where I do it with the cables laying on the ground, and then rear delt is a reverse butterfly. So if you've ever seen a pec machine, you grab things like this and you bring out the weights like that. that will get you your back delt. Okay, and generally speaking, so like, if I was to say like for looks, we're talking just pure looks here. In a perfect world, I'd have side delt the biggest, followed by rear, and front. Right? Maybe these two are tied, but you really want the side delt big. So lots of side delt exercises. And like I said, I do 2 in my 14-day rotation. So that's the shoulder, guys. That is the shoulder. That's what the shoulder does. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about is upper arms, and that is 2 muscles: biceps, triceps. And guess what? They both move the same muscle. They move the elbow. They both move the elbow. Okay? So, bicep, basically a bicep, we'll use this bottle. You bring something towards you, that's a bicep exercise. If you're pushing something away, that's a tricep exercise. So pull in, bicep. Push away, tricep. But it's still in the elbow, right? And the reason I bring that up is, sometimes I'll kind of do an example. When people do curls, they curl, they're moving the elbow, and then they move the shoulder. Right? That does nothing. That's not the moving of the shoulder. You get what I mean? You're moving the wrong joint. You were moving the wrong joint for the bicep curl. It's just purely in the elbow. Tricep, there is a little bit because the tricep connects to the shoulder, so that would make sense if you were going like this down. That would make sense, but not on the bicep. So that's the main point I'm trying to make here, is that you gotta pay attention how you're moving your joints when you do exercises, because otherwise you might be putting stress on something you should not be putting stress on. Now, this took me the longest time. I'll talk about the bicep quickly. You get a lot of long head versus short head. Okay, bicep. Basically, the bicep, you have an inner bicep and the outer. Like, it's 2 muscles, inner and outer. The main thing to remember, guys, is that I just learned this, right? Everyone talks about it, but they don't actually explain what's the difference. Honestly, you're going to use both no matter what curl you do, but if you have your shoulders back and you do the bicep curl, that's going to work the long head. If you have your shoulders forward and you do a curl, that's going to put more pressure on the short head. That's basically it. But both heads are going to be used no matter what variation of curl you use. It just depends. Do you want more tension on one side or the other? So that's basically that. And then triceps. Triceps, I do. This is my favorite. This is one of my favorite exercises. Overhead extensions. So if this was the weight, you put it up, you go down. You put it up, you go down. That is one of my favorite exercises. I love that exercise. I think that exercise is fun. Fun. I don't know why. I just like the exercise. Kind of like leg exercises. I love leg exercises. I really shouldn't be putting it, my legs are big enough. I really should be putting more effort on other things, but I love leg exercises. I do. I love them. I enjoy them. I have fun with them. They are awesome. So we talked about shoulders. We talked about arms. The next, chest. So this was a kind of I got asked this question not that long ago, and it was in a class, and they're like, what does the chest muscle actually do? Like, what does it actually move? And I was like, I don't actually know. Like, I understand with the bicep and this moves. I understand what the shoulders move. And this is what they said. When you give a hug, that is a chest movement. A hug is a chest movement. The only reason you are able to hug somebody is because you have chest muscles. That's, swear to God, it kind of blew my mind a little bit because it's so simple. So when I do a chest press, this might sound odd. So you got the bar, it comes down, and I am literally thinking about trying, even though my hands are locked in the bar, I am literally thinking about trying to give somebody a hug, like the movement of giving somebody a hug when I do the chest press. That is literally the thought that is going through my mind as I do a chest press at the gym. Okay, I'm thinking, okay, I got the ball on my chest, hug, and then I let it down, hug. That's literally what I'm thinking about. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it kind of keeps my mind in the correct space when I'm doing this. And I do. Honestly, I think my chest is my weakest. I'm not sure if it's my lats or my chest, but I think it's my torso, my chest and mid-back, I think, are the weakest attributes of my body. I think they need the most work. So I do the 4 chest exercises. I think hit the whole thing. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. The first one's a vanity exercise, and I'll explain a bit. So flat press. It's a little bit of a vanity exercise, and I say that because all men are born with a lower chest. Like, just by being the fact you're a man, you have a lower chest. Okay, it's really the upper chest that needs more work. But I like chest pressing. I do like the regular chest press. Okay, my goal for chest pressing is I want to get to the legendary. I'm working my way to it. It's the 215 or 225. 180. I'm sorry. I said 215 the other day. It's 225. That is the legendary. It's the legendary goal for chest pressing, guys. Right there. If you can hit, I think this sounds ridiculous. If you can hit 225, you are in, I believe, the not 1%, 0.1% of the male population. So it's a pretty big deal if you hit that. I'm going for that. I would love to get to that. I've said on this channel before, I want to hit the 1,000-pound club. That's one of the lifts right here. 225 chest press. Okay. So that's the first chest exercise. Now, for actually building, and I got this from Mike O'Haron. I like his stuff. I think he's a fun guy to watch on YouTube. There's a debate whether or not if he uses steroids or not. I don't really care either way. Like I don't. If he's natural, cool. If he's not, cool. I don't understand why it's even a debate. He's got good pieces of advice. He looks great for being 55. I hope I look a third that good when I'm 55. Okay, so I don't know what the beef is, but he makes a good argument that really for strength and body development, you should be looking at incline chest press. That is the exercise that really, if you really want to build the awesome looking chest, that's actually where it's at. That's the one you need to concentrate on, the incline. But honestly, incline takes a lot longer to build than just a flat, because it's a harder chest press, because you're on a slightly. It's when you're incline. If you don't know, it's when your body, you're like that. The bench is like that. So your leg back. It's a much harder press to do. You do a lot less weight on an incline than a flat chest press. Okay. And the magic goal. The magic goal you should aim for on an incline, like how strong you should be with an incline, is whatever your goal target weight is. So I'm going for 200 pounds. That's what I want my weight to be. My incline should be 200 pounds when I finally hit the level I want to hit. So right there, okay. And if I got that, I guarantee you I would lost some weight and did that. I'd be looking really good, okay. The next one, this is just a phenomenal exercise to do altogether. It hits the lower chest, so it hits the lower chest. It hits the lower chest. It does all the tricep, and it works the whole shoulder. That's the dip. Dips are like the miracle workout for the upper body. It's like the everything. it's like squats are the best thing to do for lower body, dips are the best thing to do for upper body. Okay, I am doing okay. So when I really got serious last year with the gym, I was doing like I needed assisted dips. I have greatly improved my strength on the dips. Greatly improved on the dips. My prediction is by the end of the year, I'm gonna have dips maxed out, and they're gonna be like a warm-up exercise. They won't even like I'll be doing dips, unassisted dips, lots of them, and this will be like a warm-up exercise, and I'll have to fill something new in. This is probably, like I said, my fastest gaining strength exercise has been the dips. It's been kind of cool to see. Like I said, the main focus on the chest is the lower chest, the titty. So that's it. And then the last exercise I do, which is it really is the hugging exercise. And when I said that the chest muscle is like a hug movement, when you see this machine and you use this machine, it'll instantly make you realize that, and that's butterflies. And butterflies, if you don't know what that is, they call them the pack machines. So what you have like this, like the weights are like you have the bars and you bring them in, literally like you're giving a hug, literally like you're giving a hug. Like you can see the hug movement in that machine. And those are it. And from my understanding, the butterflies, I actually thought they originally worked the inner chest. They actually work. I found out later they work the outer. This is the part of the chest they work. They work the outer part of the chest, the butterflies. That's actually what they hit. So that's chest, right? So we've covered chest, we've covered elbows. What's next on my list of back? The back. Okay. So I think my lats are my weakest part, and I had to really. This is really what made me do this episode, because I really had to think about when you do a lat. Let me explain. So your back is actually huge. You got the lats, and then you got the upper back, which has the trap. I had a bunch of stuff in the upper back. It's kind of like a bunch of little muscles, but the trap would be the biggest muscle in the upper back. But let's just talk about the lats, which are the muscles that go down like the back side, go down like from the right here, just below the shoulder, down. That's the lats. Okay, so with the shoulder press, I think I showed this. The shoulder press, this is the movement, right? You're pushing away from it. The lats will literally do the opposite. They allow you to pull. A lot of people a lot of people when they do pull-ups, they're thinking of pulling themselves up. I like to kind of think of the opposite visual. I'm trying to pull something down. I'm trying to pull it down to me. That's kind of how I visualize it. Like there's almost like a string in the air, and I'm trying to pull the string straight down. That works the lat. And like I said, I think my lats are my I go back and forth between my lats and my chest, of which is the weakest looking muscle. Like I said, some days I look at my chest, like I have that one photo I used for the cover for the stream, and my chest is looking really good. And then today I saw my back, and I'm like, man, my back is kind of looking good. But relatively speaking, I know they're my weakest points, because again, I never get complimented on you got a huge back or a huge chest. Usually when people see me, they're like, you got big shoulders, big arms, big legs. Those are like the top 3 people notice about me. So obviously the chest and the lats need more work. Which kind of brings me, I want to kind of talk a little bit about some inner game thing. You really should work out for yourself. Like you should do it for the love of yourself. You shouldn't really care about what other people think. But at the same time, and I know this is 100% true, it is nice to get a compliment from somebody. Like somebody sees you and they give you a compliment. That does kind of rock your day. Okay, so I know you shouldn't need it, but we all know what I'm saying. So lats. So basically, lats, guys. lats or any pulling, any pulling exercises is lats really. So I'm gonna try to explain this. So rows. Let me explain this from the back. Rows versus pulling. Okay, both work the back. Row exercises work the back. Pulling exercises work the back. The difference is pulling exercises makes your back look wider. Rowing exercises, like if I go to the side, makes me look thicker. Okay, that's the difference. That's how that works. So if you're wide but thin, you need to do more rows. If you're thick but narrow, you need to do more pulling. Okay, and obviously this stuff is, you should be doing all of it. You should be doing all of it. But if something's falling behind, that will tell you. So there's a couple different type of rows. Right now for the rowing, let me kind of go into rowing. I think my rowing is actually stronger than my weight-wise, stronger than my pulling. So alright, so first, one of the exercises I do is barbell overhand grip. That's like this, with the wrist on the outside. Underhand would be the other way. Overhand grip, and I pull up, and that's hitting the upper back. Okay, underhand gets the lats. Overhand gets the upper back. And right now I'm doing on the barbell overhand rows. Okay, so it's like you kind of put your back at a 45. I can't really do it here. And then you just pull up. And then for rows that hit the lat, I use the cable. I use close grip. So if you can see this, and I keep my elbows in and I pull back. And really squeeze the lats. Okay, so that's literally I'm able to row my entire back. Okay. Pulling, I actually do 3 pulling exercises because again I think my lats need a lot of work. And the pulling exercises I do is I do pull-ups. Oh, I'm sorry. I only do 2 pulling exercises. I do pull-ups, and then the other one I do is on the cable bar I do reverse grip. So again, this is facing me down, so when I pull I can really squeeze. See, I didn't know this, but someone explained this to me. When you do overhand on the cable and you pull back, the ball will hit your chest. But if you do it underhand, you can get the elbows behind your back more, and it squeezes the lats. I'm sorry. I wrote down, I do 3 exercises for the lats, which is the cable row, the cable pull down, both close grip, and then the pull up. So I do 3 for the lats, and then I just do 1 row for the upper back. That takes care of back exercises. So again, for movement, for joints, if shoulder press is pushing something straight up away from you, your back muscles help pull something down. That's how I kind of like to look at it. So, what's the next thing on this list? Traps. Let's talk about traps. Traps are kind of the upper month. They run up the neck and down. The reason they're called traps is, I'm going to try to draw this. They go, like a trapezoid. That is a terrible fucking picture. I'm not an artist. So that would be like the neck. Like you see, like this is my head. And then, the shoulders here, right? So that's why it's called a trapezoid. It's like connects the neck to the shoulders and the upper back. I just do shrugs. I mean, the barbell row hits that, and then just for the other way, I just shrug. The best tip I've gotten for shrugs is lean slightly forward, make not a straight grip, but like kind of like a 30-degree grip, and then just shrug, like up and back, not just up, not back, up and back, hold, release, hold, release. That's what I do for the. That's what I do for my traps. Not a lot. I don't do a ton on traps. I think my traps look fine. Forearm. That's the next one. Forearm. Forearm moves the wrist. That's what it's doing. You're moving the wrist. I ain't gonna lie. I know I don't have them, but sometimes I see those people with like I call them like the Popeye forearms. I've always wanted those. I think Popeye, the sailor, the cartoon, I think his ridiculous looking forearms are kick ass. I wouldn't mind a pair. So I do 3 forearm exercises. They are the reverse curl. So that's when you got a barbell and you go, instead of like this, which is a normal curl, you have it, your fist out, pull up, works there's a muscle that connects forget the name of it, connects the forearm to the bicep. Brachialis, I think it is called. I do finger curls. That's where you put your arm on a bench and you let your fingers do the curling. That works the wrist. And then again, I have the opposite where you have a weight, you put your arms on the bench and you lift up, and that gets the top. You can feel it. You can feel it when you do it. You can feel it. You can feel this. You can feel this. So, and then the last, my favorite part of the body, the legs. The legs. Who doesn't love good legs? Who does not love good fucking legs? So, legs are actually broken up into 4 parts, guys. Legs are pretty. This is an interesting fact. 50% of your muscles are in your legs. 50%. So, when people skip legs, and there are people that really do skip legs, you are not working out 50% of your muscles. That's how much is in your legs. 50%. It's a lot. It's a lot. You wouldn't think it, but it is. That's what it's at. So you got your glutes, you got your calves, you got your hamstrings, and you got your quads. I'll kind of explain what each of these do. Your glutes, which is your butt muscles, are not just butt muscles. They're not just something to look at. It's going to sound ridiculous, but your ability to thrust, guys, is because of your glutes. That's what it is. So, next time you're thrusting somebody, think of your glutes. Think of your glutes. It's the muscle that controls how the leg rotates within the hip. That's what it does. So the exercise I've been doing is it's called the booty buster. It's literally that thrusting action I just did. They put weight on it, so when you thrust, you are thrusting weight up. That's literally the exercise. It's literally the machine. It's called a booty buster. It's a little bit of a ridiculous name, but I'll tell you what, the glutes are burning. The glutes burn. The other thing I do for glutes is lunges. So this took me a while to figure out. If you do a lunge standing straight up, you're hitting the quads. If you do a lunge while leaning forward, again with the hip, you're doing it with the glutes. Okay. And to be honest, you're probably going to hit the glutes no matter what with the lunge, but I lean forward when I do my lunges. I have a bar on my back when I do it. Actually they're called Bulgarian lunges. It's where one foot's on the bench, the other leg's on the ground, and you kind of lunge forward and push back and lunge. It's hard, guys. It's probably the hardest exercise I do. It is the one exercise, it wastes me. Like I actually have to do it last in my workout, because if I do it first, if I did the Bulgarian splits first, I would not want to do any of the other exercises. It wastes me. It's not even that much weight. It is just something about them just depletes me. Utterly depletes me. And that's how I know it's a good exercise. The reason a lot of people skip legs is it's hard. They're hard. They're not fun. Okay. they deplete you. Because again, they're like 50% of your muscles. If you work 50% of your muscles, you're gonna feel utterly depleted. That's why a lot of people skip legs. It's odd. Women do nothing but legs, and guys skip legs. And really, you should just do the whole body, the whole fucking body. Okay. So that's glutes. All right, guys. That's the first one. The next one is calves. This is what moves your ankles. So I can't get my foot that high. The ankle and the foot, that's the calves. I'm gonna draw this. So I do 3 variations of calf raises. That calf raises, guys, is when you put a bar on your or some sort of weight on your shoulder, and then you lift up with your toes. That works the calves, okay? And I do 3 foot variations. Let me see if you can see this. So the first one I have is I have the toes point towards each other, and then I have 1, and then I do 3 sets with the toes point straight, and then I do 3 sets with the toes point away from each other. So we got in, straight, out. That hits the whole calves. That hits the whole. Calves are notoriously hard to make bigger. Okay, it's kind of, some people say it's just genetics. I really don't know, but I do know this will burn my calves if I do 3 sets of each of these foot styles. So that's basically me doing 9 sets of calf raises, just with different foot positions. It hurts to swim the next day. Like, I can't swim. Like, I swam, but it hurts. It hurts to like paddle with my legs. Okay. The next thing is hamstrings. Hamstrings and quads. Oops, don't you fall forward. Move your kneecap. They are the things that move your knees. Sorry about that. So they move your knees. Hamstrings are what enable you to kick yourself in the butt, and quads are what get able to push yourself up like that. Those are it. The best exercises for that is for hamstring I do leg curls, and for quads I do squats, barbell squats, and leg extensions. Leg extensions. Okay, that is what I do. That is what I do for leg workouts. So let's kind of do a little summary here, guys. I think that's all the biomechanics of it. I think that's all the biomechanics of it. Okay. Where's my little guy? So let's kind of put it together. So let's write a list of exercises I do, and I'm going to kind of show you guys what I do. So on day 1 I do leg and back. I'm going to call this leg and back 1. Okay. The exercises I do on leg and back 1 are deadlifts, barbell row, deadlifts, barbell row, what was the other? Let me think here. I got 3 legs, 3 leg curl, what are the other? Oh, booty buster. close grip pull down. And the last exercise I do is where's the last exercise? It's 1 back, 2 back, 1 leg, 2 leg. Oh, Bulgarian lunges, B lunges. That's leg and back day number 1. It's pretty intense. Alright, kind of put here a little bit. So, chest and arm. I do chest and arm 1. I do flat chest press. What's up, guys? Butterflies. Followed by lat raises. What do they call it? Shoulder presses. Reverse butterflies. And then tricep overhead extensions. So just to kind of go through this again, this is what my first leg and back day is: deadlifts, barbell row, leg and curl, booty buster, close grip pull down, and Bulgarian lunges. Okay. Then the next day I swim. Then I come back Wednesday. We got chest and arm day number 1. We have flat chest press, butterflies, lateral raises, shoulder press. I do a seated shoulder press, reverse butterflies, tricep overhead extension. Okay, that is, so that would be Monday, that would be Wednesday. Friday I do another leg and back with different exercises. Leg and back, so we'll call this leg and back 2. And my exercises on the second leg and back is, we got squats, and I got shrugs, and we got calf raises with all 3 foot positions. Then we have pull-ups, assisted pull-ups. Then we have leg extensions. And then we finish the work off with a close grip cable row. Okay? And that's back 2. That's back day 2. Okay? So again, you can see this is like a pattern. 3 legs, 3 back exercises. We got squats, shrugs, calf raises, pull-ups, leg extensions, cable rows. So this would be like Friday, okay? Then Saturday, Sunday, more swimming. And then I come back Monday for one more chest and arm workout. Again, it's a different set of exercises than I did on the first chest and workout. So chest and arm 2. Chest and arm 2. We do incline chest press. We do incline, dips, more lateral raises. Again, I want that side delt really big. That's been a goal of mine. Big. I don't know if the camera really shows it that great. I originally had really flat shoulders. Like, I mean, like the tricep, like you couldn't tell where the tricep began and the shoulder began. It was just looked flat. Okay, big tricep but like no shoulder. It just looked not good. So I made it a mission to really hit the side delt this year. And I tried a lot of different variations, but I was determined to, there we go. I was really determined to make sure this started developing more, okay? Because it was really flat. It was really flat. And I didn't like it. I did not like it. I thought it just did not look good. So, lat raises, elbow raises. Oh, bicep curl. I do this on a seated, on an incline bench, so it's almost like my arms go straight like that, and then I curl. If that makes sense. You can see my body, like my body was here, my little head. I don't know if that looks all that great. Little stick figure. Bicep curls, reverse curls. This is actually chest and arm day. 2 is the only day that has 7 exercises. There's finger curls. Again, finger curls is when you're using your fingers to. It's really the work of this right here. You can feel it when you do that. And forearm. So if this is a bench, I do it like this. They don't take a lot of effort, so that's why I do 7 exercises on this last day. The finger curl and the forearm is very low intensive exercise, so that's why I get an extra one in forearm. And that, my friends, okay, so this would be Monday. This would be Monday, week 2, and then Wednesday I would take a rest day. I do nothing. I don't swim, no bath mate, no working out, no running, nothing. It's a rest day. In fact, I actually had sleep in an extra hour. Okay, instead of waking up at 4:15 and going to the gym, the actual workout is an extra hour of sleep. Okay, and then I start all over again. So that Friday, I go back to leg and back day 1, and then I just repeat the process. So it's every Monday, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm lifting some weight unless it's a rest day, and then I just keep rotating it. That's why I say I have a 12-day week. That's why I don't do all my exercises within a 7-day week. I do it within 12 days. Okay. Again, that was a tip I got from Michael Heron, because he's like, there's no reason you have to try to force all your exercises into a single week. And I agree with him. I think I like this method because it's sustainable, and I think that's a big thing a lot of people miss. Whatever workout program you do needs to be sustainable. It just needs to be sustainable. It can't be something you do and then quit like 2 months in. It's got to be something you do forever. So that is the OJ Light workout routine. That is what I am doing, and that is what I encourage other people to do. Now I'm going to say this. I want to end this on a particular interesting note. I don't actually think it matters what your workout routine is. Like, there's so many of them out there that do so many variations and so many combinations, and I think they all work. I just think they should have 2 requirements. Okay, so you don't have to use this program. Well, you don't even have to follow what I just said. I just think these are the 2 things I think all workout programs should have. One is plan to your rest days. So if it has you lifting weights every day, weeks after week after week, I think it's no good. I think for me, I think 3 times a week weightlifting is plenty. I think it's plenty. I don't need any more. I don't need any less. It's plenty. And the second thing is, I think you should have some basic lifts in it. So nothing crazy. It should not be some strange new exercise you've never seen anyone do before. It should just be the chest presses, the rows, the pull-ups, the dips, push-ups. That's it. I just think it should have those 2 in it. Otherwise, I don't really care about the combination. It can be back and bi. It can be full body. It can be a complete bro split. It could be push pull leg. I don't think it really matters. I think it just needs to be sustainable and gives you plenty of rest and hits all the basics. That's it. I don't think it really. I know a lot of people say their program is the best. I don't think any particular. I think where a coach would be valuable would be to watch you do the exercises and make sure you're doing them properly. Okay, I think that's a good, that would be a good thing. But I don't think the actual combination matters as much as people would like to claim. I think you just got to get in there and start lifting. So that's all I got for you guys for the day. It's been 51 minutes already. Alright guys, so thank you for sticking with me. And tomorrow we're going to see how I did on my weight. So, thank you for joining us, and I will see you guys on the next stream.